It's I think something that really there's no clear answer to, because all I got was lots of native speakers disagreeing about how they would say it. So
that always happens. Yeah.
I don't think we've got any clear answer, but it's an interesting question.
Okay. Of the grammar textbooks I've read so far say it's wrong to say, "This is the first time for me to eat it." Yes, that is wrong.
Now,
I understand. This is the first time I've eaten it.
it's the first time for me to do something. Does not sound terribly wrong to me.
Really?
The first time for me, this is the first time for me to meet this person. This is the first time for me to do something. It doesn't sound terribly wrong.
Okay, hang on. I did think about this, John. You're right. So maybe something like, if we look at the first one here, this is the first time that I have eaten it.
Right.
Now, if I put it into context, have you ever eaten sushi?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the first time, and then I might put for me. But, you know,
Yeah.
it is the second time for Paul.
For Paul. Yeah.
Maybe?
I see. So if you're contrasting you and Paul, or you and another person. Right.
Otherwise, I'm not going to say for me.
Right.
This is the first, we're sitting down and we have sushi and you say, "Oh, so do you like it?" Well, this is the first time I've eaten it. I wouldn't say this is the first time for me in that situation.
I guess, it doesn't seem too strange for me to think of saying it without a verb, you see. So, no, it's the first time for me. So then if I were to want to carry on, I would obviously...
For me. Okay, but no to eat it.
It's the first time for me.
That's it. I would stop there.
I found websites where there were several, discussions going on.
Yeah.
Some people felt as you do, no, that's wrong. And I sort of feel, well, it's not something I'm terribly likely to say, but I think I could I could end up saying it. I think there are occasions in English where
I could end up
your
saying
your sentence kind of goes a little bit in a different direction.
Rambling.
Or you start a sentence with a particular grammar structure and then you kind of drift off into a slightly different one. And so I think you'll find...
For sure.
And I think one of those websites was saying, I found lots of results on Google search for the first time for me to do something, or the first time for someone to do something.
Really?
That's the problem that we're up against. If native speakers say it, then we're in a difficult position. We're in a difficult position telling other people that it's recognisably part of a dialect or something like that.
What we were talking about near the beginning, when people say we can't say it's wrong, right? So if you see this is the first time for me to do something a lot, it can't be wrong.
Right. Opens up the whole can of worms of what we call prescriptive grammar, where people stand up and say, you should speak like this, and descriptive grammar, which says, well, this is how people actually speak. So
this
these
is the way
are the
it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So I think in general, grammar has moved away from these you have to speak like this, to observing the way people really speak and trying to find explanations for that.
Yes.
So I think I would stick with it's the first time I've eaten it. And I would probably largely teach that to students. If they said it's the first time for me to eat it, I'd say it's a little bit of a debatable construction, even among native speakers. So I would hesitate to say that it's completely wrong, but for goodness sake, if it comes up in a test, say it the preferred way. Use the preferred construction. I think that's all we can really do.
For exams, we can't help you there. We can't go into your country and tell your government that the state exam doesn't really work.
And it happens often enough. I mean,
so you've got to study what your teacher tells you.